So, okay, I'm on the intros. Okay.
Welcome back to the next episode of Shut Up and Dill podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Nikki.
I'm Vivi.
I'm Jimbo.
And we're going to kick off, as we always do, talking a little bit about our sponsors, partners.
Yep. So, 002 Pickleball tournament company. They run some of the best tournaments, probably the best tournaments in our area. Check them out. If you're going to look for a tournament, go to pickleballbrackets.com, type in the keyword search 002, and their tournaments, their upcoming tournaments will populate. They're also on Instagram as well if you want to give them a follow on Instagram. Also, Hands Pickleball Company, some great gear. They have anything from paddles to bags to grips to wristbands to shirts to hats. It's about anything and everything pickleball related, balls. Have a discount code for Hands Pickleball. It's DILL10, DILL10.
Yep.
Get 10% off of any merchandise from Hands. And then the Texas Pickle Hall as well. We just recently became founding members at Texas Pickle Hall. It's an indoor facility in San Antonio. They just had groundbreaking last week. And for founding members, if you want to sign up to be a founding member, use the discount code DILL10, and you will get 10 free guest passes. It's a great deal. Looking forward to that facility. Also, I don't think I mentioned 002. Our discount code is DILL. So when you go to sign up for a tournament, use the discount code DILL when you go to pay out, and save yourself some money.
All right, so let's get into our episode. So thank you to our partners, but
Yeah.
we are going to
Thanks a lot.
jump into our episode now, which this episode is actually going to be some of our segments. We realize that we really haven't done a lot of our segments that we said we would. So we're going to bring it back.
Yep.
Right?
Segments.
We're going to bring
Should we refresh?
two
Well, I guess we'll
segments back. Yeah. Yeah.
Two?
So it's two different ones. We have three topics, but
Okay.
two different segments. So Vivi and I are doing Here's My Dill, DILL. That's where we kind of sound off on something. And as I say, what grinds your gears? So Here's My Dill is going to be first up with me and Vivi. We have two different topics. And then the second segment will be Judge Jimbo. Right?
Yeah,
So you've got something special for that one. So,
Go ahead.
you want me to go
Yeah,
first?
let's go in a line.
So, I don't know if I should apologize in advance because I may offend somebody.
Also, what if they're a listener?
Yeah. What if they're a listener? Oh, what if they're a listener? Oh, I
they're
got it. So, yeah, I mean, everybody has to have an opinion, guys, and
Yeah.
this is mine, and this does grind my gears, and it's probably unwarranted, but it's my opinion. So, don't hate the show because of it. But
No, you should tune in.
we should all have an opinion about something. So here's my deal.
All right.
So the other day I was on
Instagram.
Insta. Yeah. I was on Insta and I saw a video of a wedding taking place on a pickleball court. Well, and I mean, they weren't saying vows, but they were in their wedding dress and the tux, and they're playing pickleball. But what grinds my gears, or here's my deal, is that they were obviously like beginners. Like,
no, I saw.
Well,
Were
not
they-
even beginners, just like novice. They didn't know what they were doing.
particularly, particularly the bride.
Yeah.
Was obviously like maybe when the first time she hit, it was structurally really, it's kind of like watching a movie on a sport and you're like, whoa, that swing would never make it in pro sports.
Yep.
That's the way that it was. And I shared with Jimbo and Vivi that it grinds my gears when people build their wedding around something for what looks to be views.
Yeah.
Right? That they're not actual players, competitive players. They're really getting views off creating a pickleball wedding. So grinds my gears. I can't stand it when people, and it's not just pickleball. Like, I'm not a hater on, oh, it's pickleball and let me protect it. I really don't like it when any sport is involved in a wedding. That's a big moment in time, and you're like a novice at best at it.
Yeah, but this was like, it's like a wedding planner might have said, "Hey, you know what would be cute if you guys played pickleball?" And they were like, "What's pickleball?" Well, I mean, they look like, maybe they have never, like, it was probably a wedding planner or a friend's idea, and yeah, that's what it looked like to me. I'm with you though.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I should have gone down the rabbit hole and like followed to see if they're trying to become, influencers. And I think pickleball is obviously on the rise. So I think that I don't even know that a wedding planner would have to suggest it. If you're trying to become a social influencer and you know that a sport is on the rise, why not incorporate it and do it in a unique way, which is a wedding, which hasn't been done, right?
Yep.
So that adds more views. But either way, I can't stand it, guys.
Yep.
No pickleball wedding for you or your friends coming up.
Well, I mean, not novice. I don't think I'm a novice pickleball player.
No.
And like the kitchen's like reposting. Ooh, the kitchen.
Yeah.
Ooh, they repost like
What is that?
they repost like some of the silliest. Ooh, you know what? I think I might have a new topic to talk about.
Oh.
And that's Sydney starting.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. This was not planned, guys, but go.
Why? What happened? What did she do?
Sydney's a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl, and she's a good friend. But that girl is just begging for attention.
Like with the content?
With the content, with the outfits. She's like, guys, I'm going to go play pickleball. I'm going to go play 5-0 tax bracket. 5-0 bracket. And she was in this metallic.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Metallic
That
one
can't be comfortable.
strap.
Yeah.
With like metal things right here and a little itty bitty skirt. And I'm like, girl, you cannot be comfortable in that.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute.
Well,
but
it's cute.
Yeah, but it's very different. Like, I get it, look good, feel good, play good, but you can't feel good in that outfit. And she does a lot of those little, like, attention-seeking posts. And I know she got kind of famous because she was, like, in a little bathing suit on the pickleball court.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think that she's now probably... It's sponsored content, right?
Well, yes, but
it is, but it's not true to what the pickleball player looks like when they're playing.
It's not.
How many metallic outfits have you seen on the court, babe?
I've never seen one. Oh, I've seen one on Instagram.
On Insta.
I have a metallic skirt, but I wore it one time, and
yeah,
it was not comfortable.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
you're right. You did have one.
Yeah, I think you changed.
I did.
I think I was like,
Yeah,
it does
were.
not look comcomfortable.
yeah.
You don't look comfortable. Yeah. I mean, I get like feeling confident, and that helps you play better. I feel like if you feel confident in what you're wearing and the gear you're using, I think psychologically it helps you play better.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's for likes, and I'm sure she got a bunch of likes and
Yes.
very popular content, and so.
Well, I mean, okay,
Mission
without
accomplished,
going
I'm
too
sure.
far down
we're
the
talking.
tunnel.
I mean, we're talking about it.
Well,
right?
Vivi talked about this in the past. I'm going to go somewhere else. This is a whole different subject, right? But talked about some of the junior players that are coming up that have kind of changed their. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So scared. Yeah, no, I know what you're about to talk about.
I'm not going to do anything.
Don't say anything too specific. I don't want to
I'm
get
not.
canceled.
I'm just saying that. And I don't think this extends to pickleball alone. That sometimes, obviously, the way you look can gain you followers and make you an influencer. But the root of it is in pickleball, like, are you competitive or are you not on the court? That's the deal, right? Mm-hmm. So, that's, I think you can look whatever way, but I don't functionally yeah, a lot of the content, I look at it and I'm like, well, that's not
pickleball.
but that's not really what whenever I see individuals competitively play, that's not what they're wearing.
Yeah, no.
That's So it is really just for exposure, and particularly for the brand. The brand is endorsing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well,
Originally, what I wanted to talk about
yeah,
as my gear grinder was, don't lie, was the fact that I don't like seeing players try and play at super high levels, especially at huge tournaments like the PPA. And I see it, and I'll talk to them, and they're like, "Yep, playing 5-0 pro qualifiers," and you're like, "What are you doing there?" Because I guess another huge part of that is it's very different playing in a 4-5, 5-0 tournament in New Braunfels or San Antonio, and then going to Dallas, PPA, 1,000 players registered, and thinking that it's going to be the same, and you don't do well, and you're like, well, I mean, I just won this 5-0 tournament here, and then you go to a big tournament, and you're like, well, these guys are sandbagging. These guys should be playing pro, and they're playing 5-0. Like, no, you should be playing 4-5, 4-0.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people playing pro qualifiers, and I think there's like Moneyball and there's pro qualifier. You know, PPA is offering these different events, and obviously, I mean, if you want to pay your money, you can pay your money and play a little more pickleball and make it a 3-day weekend out of it or whatever. But I was kind of given some advice of, you know, win a few tournaments consistently at a certain level before you make that jump, and make it a 0.5 jump. Don't make it a full jump. I mean, go dominate some 4-0 tournaments, some PPA 4-0 tournaments, or consistently win and medal at a certain level before it's time, before you move up. And it's worked. Like, you know, I'm just now starting to play 5-0, you know, and I've been playing for several years now. Not that, I mean, I could have played 5-0 a long time ago and maybe gone 0-2 or 1-2 or 2-2, but, you know, now I feel confident that if I played, you know, some 5-0 tournaments, then I could probably compete and maybe go deep in those with the right partner. But I think it just, I was kind of told like to play your level and win some and then move up, you know. So what do you think? What do you there's no
I'm like, well, I might take it one step further.
go right ahead.
I thought you were going to contradict.
No, I wasn't going to contradict. I was going to take it one step further and say, okay, if you feel you're ready to move up 2 levels, and go and play, and you lose, but like, don't come back to local play and then act incredibly elitist. Be the sour pickle, the sour dill. Like, don't be that, right? Of you went and played, and you know, it was 0-2 or whatever it was, right? And you got more exposure. If that's the goal, great. But I feel like some players that do that come back and then feel like, oh my gosh, I registered for pro qualifier, or I registered for 5-0.
Yeah,
so now I'm legit. I'm there.
I'm 5-0.
It's like, whoa, hold on.
5-0 pickleball player in the bio.
So yeah, that's where like that's where I and can I give like a kudos shout out to one of our listeners? Like,
Sure.
So is that all right? Yeah.
I don't know who you're gonna.
Well, okay. I was going to give a kudos shout out to like Marie. And yeah, I think she's gone out and decided, hey, I want to play competitively, and she signed up for a couple different pro tournaments. But man, Marie comes back and plays anybody.
Yeah.
And she congratulates them for good shots, and she puts together early morning hits and really wants
yeah.
to play as much at all sorts of levels, and she takes something from all of it. Like, I really do commend you, Marie, and I probably have never told Marie this, that she comes back with zero arrogance. She really just loves to play.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, I love
yeah,
that
it's really
spirit of, I just want to keep my hands on the ball. I want to keep playing. I really, of course she wants good matches, but, and I'm sure playing pro is different.
Yeah.
But I really commend the fact that she comes back with zero arrogance and doesn't act like, hey, I'm better than you because I went and played and had a win and then had a loss, right?
Main draw wins.
She does, yeah, but doesn't come back with any type of
Yeah.
arrogance about it. So
No,
I commend
yeah, I was talking to another player the other day and actually talking about Marie and just for some of the younger players, advanced players or just anybody in general, she organizes those hits and she keeps everybody involved and would probably give really good advice if anybody asked, but she doesn't come off as an elitist and you need to do this or do that. But I think she's taken a lot of young players under her wing and just a really good role model for a lot of young players, I think. So
yeah, she's a good example.
yeah,
Yeah.
good example.
Yeah, but I like that. I'm down with that.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, if you want to go register and play at that level, fantastic, do it. But I think just because you register doesn't actually mean that you're that level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and a lot of those first rounds, you're playing other players that are doing the same thing you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get to
Yeah.
that second round and get to those folks that have
Yes.
won some qualifiers and are waiting on a bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go a few rounds and,
yeah.
and then feel pretty good about it. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's like being a girl's girl. It's being like a pickleballer's pickleballer.
Oh, I
What's
like
a girl's
that.
girl?
Oh,
Like a
okay.
man's man?
Is it? Yeah. What's a man? What is a man's man?
It's like somebody, it's like somebody that everybody can relate to, kind of.
Well, never mind.
Right? And then that, like, that kind of hope to be like, or maybe not hope to be like, but have taken certain ideas and follow the footsteps. And
Being a girl's girl is a little different. Being a girl's girl is like being a fan of other girls, like supporting other girls, and also being able to like holding other girls accountable.
okay,
And, being honest and being like super honest, even if just like always helping out other people. And that's like kind of what you were talking about, like that who y'all were talking about just a second ago, like helping other people, taking people under their wing, and just helping other pickleball players become a better pickleball player.
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's rooted in girls are typically pretty competitive with each other. See
Yeah.
that the opportunities are probably small for
Right.
females. So you're kind of steeped in this environment of having to be competitive and not supportive. And
Yeah.
it really has come to light over the past couple of years
Yeah.
of like, what is it to be a female athlete or a girl's girl or anything, and that we should celebrate each other more
Yeah.
yeah,
and not be like, oh, I wish I was that, or I don't like that about them.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So next one is you. We're gonna do Judge Jimbo.
Yeah, so Judge Jimbo is.
Judge Jimbo. What is
so
Judge Jimbo?
it's kind of it's people, or not people, just situations, things, people that I may see on the court, and I'm if you don't judge people, then my hat's off to you, but
You are not a girl's girl.
I will judge occasionally, certain things I will. It's kind of like it grinds my gears, but at the same time, I'm actually in my head. I'm kind of judging people, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and you judge yourself too, and you judge.
Yeah,
us,
like
too,
nobody's
so
safe.
it's
I'm
not
not.
like-
I'm
yeah,
not safe
yeah.
from my own judgment for
Right.
sure. Yeah, I think I'm the hardest probably on myself.
So what's your Judge Jimbo?
So I will say we kind of touched on it on one of
Another
the
episode. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll say like the Gen 3 Yolas, it's been a hot topic in the past, and they are, banned by certain associations and at certain tournaments. And
Yeah.
I will say that if you're using a Gen 3 Yola
Yeah.
and you're not winning, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
It's banned.
It's banned for being too
bad.
powerful.
Yeah, like
Too much grit.
yeah,
too much
in
spin,
the words
too much
of
power.
Randy Moss from Monday Night Football, like, come on, man. Like, you got to be dominating your rec center or your bracket or whatever. Like, I've played against that paddle a few times, and like the ball's coming, like it's moving. It's pace, it's spin, it's a little bit of everything. You don't have to do a whole lot of work with it. But I think, one tournament I played, the only match, we ended up winning the tournament, but the only match we lost during the day, both gentlemen had
The Gen 3?
had the Gen 3s, yeah. I'm not saying it was, it was a combination, of us playing bad, them playing really well, and just us kind of trying to adjust to the pop and the spin and the movement of the ball off those paddles.
Yeah.
So I will say, I mean, hey man, you invested in that paddle, use it, but you better be winning. If not, I'm gonna give you a hard time and say, man, you've got a legal paddle and you still can't win. Like, what's the deal?
You got a
going
what is
that
it?
right
You got
on
an
this one.
aluminum core baseball bat and you still can't hit it over the fence. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see some of the pros like using that paddle. I mean, I think it'd
Really?
be. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see. I mean, yeah, up close, like to see the spin and the movement of the ball and the pace of the ball
You just
coming
want
off.
to see the visual.
Yeah, I want to see what like somebody, somebody that paddle is like designed for. Like let them use it and see what they can do with it.
Did any pros get to play with it at any point in any of the matches?
I don't think
Earlier
so.
before it got banned?
Maybe before it got banned.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what that was. That was a while back, but yeah. So all you Gen 3s, man, better be
Yeah,
dominating.
I see it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, Gen 3. Illegal. Like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played against many Gen 3s, though.
Oh,
I haven't.
again,
Have
so
you?
many.
No, I mean, no offense to anybody.
Does it feel like, does it?
Honestly, like, I don't know. Well, also, I'm going to say, it's also the player. If you don't know how to use that paddle, like,
Yeah.
my old tennis coach used to be like, this is a man's racket.
Oh.
And if you don't know how to use it, don't use it. And that's how I feel with the Gen 3s. If you don't know how to use that paddle, don't use that paddle because it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
Those paddles are designed for good. No, I'm not saying pro. I'm just saying like good players who know what they're doing. You can't just go out there swinging a paddle and it's a Gen 3 and you're like, oh well, it's just going to be really good.
Yeah.
Because you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I think it will automatically. I think it will automatically give a beginner or a novice like some pop and some spin for sure.
I'm interested to see because I think there's been paddles that I've seen that were like noticeably different. Like, what is it? The Black Ace or like, is that what it was called? The one with the, I mean, that had so much power.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you noticeably could tell when somebody played with a different paddle and then that Black Ace came out. It was
the sound.
Like, whoa, hold on. That was a lot of pace. Gearbox with their new ones of
The
like
power control.
yeah, but almost to me, whenever I saw a player playing with it, I'm like, okay, well, just kind of get out of the way because most of the balls are going out.
Yeah.
Because it's so like if you don't have a lot of control in your game, that is only going to make it worse.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
at the 4.5, 5.0 level and the pro level, like like those players have control. And they can
No, I haven't really seen a lot of the gearbox though.
Honestly, yeah, it was huge when it first came
When it
out.
first
now
came out,
now
yeah.
it's kind of dispersed.
Yeah, now it's the
Gen
3s.
Yeah, and who knows? It may be legal. They may be these organizations may be approving it right now, and we just don't know about it. Like,
Yeah, because it was a
clerical
clerical error. The wrong
I
one
think
was
that's
submitted.
been disproven, but yeah, I mean, Hopefully you're getting all your use out of your Gen 3s.
Well, all right. So we have, here's my deal about novice athletes building a wedding around a sport. And then we had when a player decides to play 2 levels up.
When a player looks silly on the court, trying to look cool, and it actually just looks not cool.
Yeah. Okay.
In your opinion.
And
Oh, yeah, we're talking about grinding your gear.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have the Gen 3s.
Judging the Gen 3s.
Judging the Gen 3s.
Yeah.
Judge Jimbo and the Gen 3s.
Well, hopefully we didn't offend anybody too hard with these thoughts, but we thought it'd be fun to bring out some segments and share our, honest opinions. Agree or disagree. We're good with hearing it.
Yeah, let us know if
Yeah.
you like playing 5-0 when you're up 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know some of the judgments you make too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm open, and if you judge me, please let me know what I'm being judged on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my account right now to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh, an anonymous,
Anonymous
burner
account,
account? Yeah, okay.
like judging Jimbo. I have something. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok.
Shoot us
Send
an
us an
email,
email.
Yeah, send us an
messenger.
email, but
Yeah.
give us follow, please share. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, y'all.